What's up, Dream Team? Team Blade, Paul Rosary Gardner here, coming to you with another video just to share with you that I hit top 33 out of 200,000 members in the Empower Network contest, even outbeating millionaire Lawrence Tam, and I feel really, really good. And I want to share with you in this video not just my excitement, not just my energy and my passion, but the truth, right? Because I went through hell and back during the past 12 months of building this business. And if it wasn't for, a personal friend, Adrian Hines, to helping me reconnect with God, reconnect with my higher power, and directing me in a direction to find my own relationship with God, there was no way that I would ever have the faith, And if you don't believe in God, that's fine. You can still take a lot from this video if you believe in the universe, energy, whatever you believe in, it's okay. But I want to tell you my story of how I went from a mental institution to getting my account closed down for 60 days to ending up in top 33 a year later in Empower Network, right? It's very important for you guys to understand this, and I'm going to be completely blunt and honest because we all go through trials and tribulations, and you guys can see the glory of everybody having success. And congratulations, by the way, for everybody that hit top 200, because that already right there is a great feat. And everybody that hustled at the last minute and made it happen, you guys are awesome, and you deserve the finer things in life that are going to come your way as a result of putting in the work. But I believe it's very important to tell your story in a way that is true, because I can't fabricate anything. I'm just going to be myself. You might hear some things that might make you uncomfortable, but the whole point of this video is to shed some light on the fact that we're all people, we're all humans, and we all have problems. It may not look like much behind Facebook and behind a computer, but everybody's sweating, right? Everybody's dealing with their own personal things in regards to building their business. I want to share my story. Maybe it'll resonate with some of you guys. Maybe it won't. Maybe you guys might think I'm nuts. Some of you guys will change. Some of you guys will still think I'm crazy, and you'll change anyway, right? So I want to share with you exactly what happened. Again, I go back to, getting out of a mental institution. I hit rock bottom in my life. I was working a 40-hour-a-week job that I hated. I was being put down. I didn't even believe that I was worthy of $1,800 a month. I remember a time when I went to go ask for a raise. I was shaking, clammy, and in tears for even asking for an $1,800 per month salary for my cell phone job. Didn't feel worthy enough because of the environment that I was in, being put down over and over and over again. And I lacked, confidence my entire life. I'm an MMA fighter, but that's part of the reason why I became a fighter, to mask the insecurities that I've had ever since I was a child, all the way up until I lost my father when I was 18 years old. And then being a womanizer and looking for love through all the wrong ways, through drugs, through sex, through all these things that literally were added up into me failing in my MMA career, hitting rock bottom, and I don't feel really good about that life that I used to live. And I made a decision because I had to take care of another life. My daughter came into the picture December 18th, 2012, and I made a decision right there and then that I was going to change my life because I needed to. I knew a 40-hour job wasn't going to do it and wasn't going to cut it, and I made a decision to get involved, on the internet. And then after some time, I found Empower Network through YouTube. And when I found it, I quit my job and I didn't get paid my last 2 paychecks. I basically didn't get paid, again, my last 2 paychecks, but not just that, I didn't have any money to invest into this business. So I was stuck only investing into the inner circle, yet I still had a couple of things. I had a TV that I could sell at PlayStation 3. I cut off my Dish internet and Dish TV. I stopped watching television altogether. I had a $10,000 Mazda RX-8 car. And by the way, don't get those cars because the rotary engines are bad and they'll flood on you. And that's what happened to me. So it got devalued and deappreciated down to $2,500, right? So, I went through a lot of, trial and error. I was in a violent relationship, not on my end, on her end, to the point where I had to put her in jail. And, as a discovery of realizing that I'm in the worst place of my life, again, I ended up in a mental institution, got out, and I made a decision that I was going to change my life. And when I got out, my friends, everybody around me was telling me not to do it. Everybody around me was telling me it's a scam. Everybody around me was telling me go back to a job, right? And there's a long story short, as I was in the mental institution, I met some very interesting people. In fact, there was a lot of smart people in there, that just had nervous breakdowns. And I talked to this martial artist that was in there, and he told me about how to get over the opinions and the criticism of your friends and family. and he told me to strip butt naked and just show them what's up, shock factor. And I was like, okay, I have nothing else to lose. So I don't know why I listened to him, but I did. I came home, my whole entire family, my ex-mother-in-laws, family was in there, my in-laws, whatever. And they were telling me, oh yeah, we got you a job. Yeah, don't worry about that computer thing. Don't even sweat about that. And I promise you not, And I was also a little bit loopy because I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I was more courageous and I wasn't really even thinking. But they were telling me all these things, and I got so mad and I was so frustrated at myself that I was, losing in all aspects of my life, especially my mixed martial arts career, that I put my foot down, right? And I stripped butt naked in front of them, and I said, listen, I'm going to do this business, and I'm going to take care of my family, and you're going to watch me succeed in this thing. Butt naked, and I just stood there like this. Now, I know that's crazy, and I know that's kind of unbelievable, and some of you guys may be watching this video like, dude, you are freaking crazy, right? Some of you guys are probably going to be inspired by what I'm sharing with you in this video. Some of you guys will probably still think I'm crazy, but you'll change regardless, and you'll make a new decision today. So, I tell you that not to make you laugh or anything like that, but I tell you because I want to be real and honest, right? So I went into this business not with my screws and my head on straight quite yet, because at that moment in time, I was, again, diagnosed with bipolar, didn't know how to handle this new lifestyle, this new business, this new perspective. It was like I was awoken into the reality of making money on the internet. And in the past, I always rejected it when it came to me, right? Having a daughter made me realize that I needed to do this because the 40-hour-a-week plan for the rest of my life for 40 years was just not going to work for me. And I thought that it was going to be the rest of my life, working at a cell phone job because I didn't have a college education. So, from January up until April, I want to share with you exactly what I had to overcome. So maybe you're watching this video and going through similar circumstances. You can just trust in God, trust in your faith, and you'll get over it. And what I did was that I sold my car, cut off the TV. I got all in with the sales of my car and the sales that I was making in my business in April. During that time, however, I was eating peanut butter, ramen noodles, drinking out of the faucet. Sometimes I let my water cut off. I was just malnourished. I was so stressed. I was dealing with team members, not in an environment where it was conducive for my mental health. And as a result of that, I made a lot of terrible decisions that got my account closed down for 2 months because of some things that I said to some previous team members that I should have never said, and I simply reacted, and I said some things, and I did some things that I should have never done, and as a result of that, my account got closed down right after I hit my first 5-figure month. So like as soon as I had success because I went to the event and I took people there, right? I followed my core commitments. That's kind of the secret, right? And I'll tell you exactly why that is later. But I hit success, and then just how I hit rock bottom in January, it was taken away from me again. I was at rock bottom again. I had 11 grand, right? And little did I know that the whole world would like come for me in money. So I started paying this, I started paying that, I started paying people back, started doing all these things. And the next thing I know, I only have like $4,500 left. And I used that money to live and just, pay some things off. And I was broke again, right? I got my account back, fortunately. And some of you guys know me personally, and the trials and the tribulations that I dealt with in regards to that, and after I got my account back, I had a mission, and because I knew how to make a 5-figure income, I knew how to do it again, and I went out and 30 days later, and I did it again. How? I went to the event, right? So if you're watching this video, buy your ticket and get your ass to the event, because that's what's going to change your life, and when you bring your teammates there, whew, the potential that can happen for you, my friends, is huge. So, I made it again, right? And little did I know that I would be having continuous problems with building my business. One of the people that got all in decided to quit, right? Had some compliance issues, and I had to refund the money. I had to give her all of the money back, the $4,600, give it right back to her. And guess what, guys? I was down again, but not completely, right? So I want to tell you that I'm telling you these things not to... I'm getting like passionate because I'm living right back in the moment. I'm telling you these things because you guys need to understand that you are going to have problems. You are going to have humps. You are going to have hurdles. But just like my man Adrian Hines made a video today, which was amazing, by the way, and you are extremely talented, Adrian, and you deserve to be at the top, bro, and I believe in you. That these kinds of things can only be persevered with the faith in something bigger than yourself. Because I'll tell you what, that if I didn't have faith, if I didn't have understanding, if I didn't know that God was with me the entire time, I would have never taken the action that I needed in order for me to succeed in business and to have faith and overcome all the things that I overcame, right? My first event didn't hit top 200. I only brought 4 people. My next event hit an 11 grand month, and I hit top 200. My account got closed down for 60 days. And then once my account got back open again, hit top 200 again, and hit another 11 grand month, right? Again, results aren't typical, but this is just what I did. And then I had a refund and all-in sale. And then from there, just little things of that kept on occurring. And nothing ever was truly stable. It was just crazy, up and down, up and down, up and down. Kind of like the bipolar that I had, right? Like my business was a reflection of who I was as an individual, you know? And what did I do to finally start getting stable and finally able to have real success on a consistent monthly basis? And how I got to top 33, right? Well, I'll tell you. I started meditating twice a day. I started being more grateful. I started saying thank you for the things that I've already had, allowing the universe to do its job, to deliver and pour the vacuum and give me exactly what I want. And I created a space for it, right? I put my ego to the side, and I was willing to listen to my sponsors and my mentors. I was willing to do exactly what they told me to do because I knew they had my best interest in mind. I knew that everything that they would share with me is not because they want to make money, because my friends, listen up. Once you make money, it's no longer about the money. Like once I had $11,000 in my bank account, never had that before. I never made more than $2,000 a month. Okay, and when I felt that, right, when I felt my wallet stretch, I realized right there and then that it wasn't about the money. It was about helping people, and I made that my mission. And I didn't get clear on that until after I fell on my ass again. And every hurdle and circumstance that kept coming up, I could have taken it 2 ways. I could have gotten mad and played victim, or I could have took it as a lesson from God and a lesson from divinity telling me that you still have a lot of growing to do. If you want the wealth that you are searching for, you have to become a particular individual in order for you to attain that wealth, right? So I flipped my perspective and I saw it as a learning lesson, and I was actually very grateful that I went through those things because I needed to grow. I needed a chance to grow. I could not take the same 25, 24-year-old Paul into a business and expect to succeed and make 5 figures per month without making some serious changes, right? I used to be a womanizer, and I used to sleep around out of insecurity, and that's what I did to also get back at women that have hurt me in my past, right? I became a completely different person, and I became faithful, and I started doing things that I never could have even imagined, right? I just became a product, not only of Empower Network, but I became a child of God, and I let go. I let go of my ego, and I started listening, and I started applying and taking action daily. I'm going to leave you with this, guys, because I went through hell and back, and I want to tell you that you can get over it and you can get through it. One of the things that I did when I first got started to go from completely broke to my first 5-figure month, right? And still to this day. But did you know that your words can move mountains? Did you know that you can do anything in the name of Jesus Christ? And I started learning, and I started educating myself about how to get over the bills and the debt that you have. What I literally did, again, you can do the same exact thing. I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command these bills to get out of my life. And I felt like I could move mountains. And I did that daily, 3 times a day, 5 times a day, as I was scratching my head, praying every single day that God give me a miracle. That's exactly what I did. And through the power that I felt when I exuded those words, God was in that room. God carried me through the pain. And He continues to carry me through the pain to this day. And the way that I got to top 33 is I stopped basing everything that was going on under my control. I completely let go. I just let go. I just stopped trying to control everything, and I trusted in my faith in God and let things happen. I took action, right? Because a dog doesn't bark at a parked car. You can't steer a ship that isn't moving forward. Okay? And God is not going to give you any direction unless you're moving somewhere. So, I completely let go. And this is my last thing I said. I probably said that before, but I'm just pumped and emotional and excited and tired. Been working all day and night to hit top 33, by the way. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Right? You got to be willing to work. Sweat equity. So, what I can just tell you guys is that there's a difference, right? And if you are, if you do believe in God, awesome. I'm here to tell you that I don't believe in God. I know there's God. And there's a big difference between believing and knowing. And I remember Adrian had a real deep conversation with me on why people don't take action when they claim that they believe in God, but they do not take action. And it's because, right, and this might piss some of you off, it's because you don't really believe. You like to say you believe, you like to conform to the crowd and try to say, okay, but your actions don't reflect your faith. So, if you are a Christian, whatever you are, right, if you believe in God, then you need to take action in the faith of God and go in the direction that your spirit and your intuition is telling you to go, right? If you know you need to be all in, but you're afraid of going all in, being all in has nothing to do with just money, my friends. It's being all in mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? And if you're doing it, and if you're talking about you believe in God, but you're not taking action, then you don't believe in God, right? There's a difference. There's a difference between what you believe and what you know, because once you know it, you no longer have to believe it anymore. Once you have evidence, and once you have, and once you have conscious contact with something bigger than yourself, you're not ever going to have to go back to that belief stuff because you're going to know, right? And that's where really faith carries you. Faith is meant to carry you to knowing, right? You no longer have to believe in something if you know it. And I'm here to tell you, my friends, that if you let go and let God, you're going to find evidence around you that God has always been with you the entire time. And I promise you, you guys would be so wealthy if you just let go and let God. I promise you, none of you will fail if you let go, let God, act it on faith. And I hope that this video, brought you some form of value. I didn't really prepare for it. I just felt like I needed to pull this video out and just show my heart and try to be as authentic and transparent as possible. Just let you know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. All we're doing is trying to do our best every single day. And I sure as hell, I can admit I'm not perfect again. And I hope you guys can just be more compassionate to each other, but most importantly yourselves, and let God in. Because if you do that, miracles will happen for you, and your world will change. I mean, I didn't know that 12 months later that I would be in the top 33 in the Empower Network contest, beating millionaires in the contest, right? And I did it purely on faith. So Tracy, Nicole, Tom, Adrian, Brian, Anthony, Mark, Katie, Natalie. If I forgot your name, I'm sorry. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for having me be a part of this team. I've grown a lot and I needed this. And you guys saved my life. Empower Network changed my life. The community here is so amazing. So, guys, you have to go to the event. Your life will change. No matter what circumstance is going on right now in your life, you can get through this. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And I love you guys. Peace.